welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Project GenX podcast. I am one of your hosts, Alan Smith, along with...
I'm the other guy, Big Dave.
And I'm Barry!
And we're back in 2023. I can't believe I'm saying 2023.
Why?
Jesus Christ.
I heard you missed us. We're back.
Yeah.
Are we still doing this?
We are still doing this, although we are doing a little different. We had this discussion. We're back, but we're not back on a weekly at this point. Life has just been life for a while now, and so we're going to ease back into it. And but we got
slowly.
We got a couple episodes
gently,
for you guys. And
Dave's getting creepy over here.
yeah, wow. Usually I'm the one that derails this thing immediately, but you're jumping the gun on that one. So.
And hey, big thank you and shout out to all of our people on Discord for sticking with us during our hiatus. We missed you all. It was great to see all the traffic on there. There's a lot of great conversations on there.
Hey, the Chad, man, he kept it going.
Oh,
there,
dude. Him and Brody Quinn.
That's Chad.
Is that Chad?
That's,
Okay.
that's the Chad, yeah. So,
By the way, I think those probably not haunted lamps are probably still for sale on Facebook. If you don't know what we're talking about, go over to our Discord and join up.
yeah, it was fun popping in over there and kind of seeing everybody, and everybody's still keeping the community alive.
Yes,
that's why we have that. And I got to say, John of Gen X Grown Up was not wrong when it comes to Discord. I know he was trying for a long time to get everybody over there, and I think John reached out to me a year before we actually got on Discord and was like, "Hey, you guys really ought to get on this." And then now,
all right,
now
fine.
we're there.
I'll admit it. John is right. John is right.
Don't say it too loud.
No. I'll say.
We all know that you're in love with George.
On Discord, he's right. Even though he was trashing Tron, like he was.
Hey, John and I are on the same page on that one. You can go back and listen to our Tron episode. I was listening to that episode going, I agree with John. I agree with John. I agree with John.
Well, we can't help it that you're both wrong.
Yes, it's solidarity, brother.
Yeah,
All right.
well, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, Barry kicked off the Turnbuckles and Territories.
Yes. My new toy.
I keep wanting to sing that. Turnbuckles and Territories rather than saying Territories. So
big shout out to George and my other co-host, Aaron, a.k.a.
Captain Kiwi.
Captain Kiwi, yes. Dave is looking very confused right now. So
yeah.
Oh no, I've listened to it.
Yeah.
It's a passion project. I'll
Dave's
admit it.
Dave's still salty because he's not the one that's getting to be buddies with George. So it's like
I don't know where you two have decided to imagine all of this
I'm
garbage.
telling you, all you got to do is go back and listen to our greatest movies about Gen X finale, and it's all over. Dave is just like hearts and flowers.
That is just like the biggest load of bull crap I think I've ever heard in my life.
Awesome. Totally awesome.
George, I'm not hating on you, but I've legitimately talked to you like twice.
I know. He's wondering where you've been.
I know. You're a terrible stalker.
Once again, why am I doing this podcast with you two morons?
Because we're fun.
And we hid the key to
you
the
got
door
nothing,
and you're locked
You got
in.
nothing else to do on a random Saturday in January.
I could be sleeping right now. Thank you very much.
Fair enough. But yeah, so we're back. And that's what this episode is, kind of a reintroduction of some sorts. Just us kind of getting our feet wet again and being like, hey, when did we record? It was at the end of November sometime.
It was around there, yeah, because it was the G.I. Joe episode.
Yeah, when we had Michael in here. And
where I ducked out early.
Yeah, Dave hadn't been here since mid-November sometime. But yeah, we took all of December off, and now we're back in January, and we got a couple episodes for you guys this month, and we'll see where it goes from there. A lot of y'all know, of course, if you heard the podcast, I lost my mom at the end of October. And then December didn't get much better. I lost my dog that I'd had for 11 years, and 2022 couldn't end fast enough for me. Between losing Bunny earlier in the year, and I also lost another aunt and an uncle and all kinds of other crap, and it was just like, seriously, can we stop?
Yeah.
Can we stop? And that's not even counting the people outside. Amy lost her grandfather, and then you get into other, our other friends we have multiple friends that lost parents or whatever, and it was just one of those like, geez, can we just stop?
It was all of us cosmically trying to tap out.
Yeah, I know.
We're done. We're done. Thank you.
Legitimately, the week between Christmas and New Year's, I was like, every day, just hold my breath. Like, nothing happened, please. Nothing. Don't be that dick 2022 that just says, okay, on the way out, by the way.
Why couldn't you be cool? Why couldn't you be cool 2022? No, you got to take out shit with you. I see how you are.
So yeah, we're back and we're just kind of, I don't know, how was honestly, I haven't seen you since we recorded last time, and Dave and I had lunch. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Randomly a few weeks ago. So I don't know how was your winter holiday?
It was good.
How was your winter break?
It was a winter break. It was good. It was good. We did a lot of staycation stuff.
Yeah.
I was just kind of hung around the house, took care of things around there. I have furthered my obsession with Fallout 4 again. So yeah,
Wow.
I fell into that rabbit hole. God help me. But
I tried to get back into Fallout 4 about 6 months ago, and I was like, no, I'm done. No.
Well, I've seen the previews for the new Diablo coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm excited.
The only thing video game wise that I'm excited about in 2023, well, 1.5, I'll say, that new Legend of Zelda.
Yes.
That Breath of the Wild sequel. I can't remember the name of it now off the top of my head. The Wind of something. I forget exactly.
There is something else too.
But there's supposedly a new Fable game coming out.
That's
this
what I've
year.
heard.
Whoa.
Yes.
Yeah, you got my attention now.
Yes. Supposedly there is a new Fable game that's supposed to be out by the end of the year. They dropped a small trailer for it. Back in September or somewhere around in there.
September, October.
Or was it at E3? I don't remember. It was somewhere.
It was around there.
It was somewhere. I forget what it was.
Okay.
But it was one of those things where it's like, oh, wow, because they had essentially said, we're not doing this any longer.
Yeah.
That was kind of a, hey,
Well,
what's
you
going
got to
on?
think how detailed that game
I know.
was.
Well, and also the
gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also the game studio had been purchased by Xbox, like by Microsoft.
Right. Yeah.
And I think they actually did 3, if I'm not mistaken.
It was either 2 or 3, and I own all of them.
Yeah, but
on the original
there was,
first gen Xbox.
Since then, well, you would have had to have an Xbox 360 to play the second and third ones, but yeah, the first one was on the first one, and then the other 2 were on the 360.
I've got 2 on the first one.
Maybe 2 was on the first.
Maybe it was
one.
the third one.
The third one's on the 360, but they try to do a.
I haven't bought a new gaming system. Since the original.
Well,
Xbox.
They tried to do a Kinect game with Fable.
Really?
When that was a thing, and there actually was some gameplay, stuff that got out there.
I remember
but
this.
it never. They wound up scrapping it, and I'm like, good, because that was a bad idea. The whole Kinect and look, the Wii. We're already off in the weeds. The Nintendo Wii was such a cool thing from a Nintendo.
Right. Now, my wife bought me a Wii for birthday or Christmas or something.
I still
She
got a
ended
Wii
up playing that thing more than I did.
But it's one of those
things, I didn't like the system.
Well,
really that much.
the thing, I didn't like the controls. That's what it was.
Oh, I hated the controller.
I loved, that was fun, playing bowling or something like that.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff was fun. When you were like, no, you're going to play a game like this, oh no, I'm out. Forget this. But the thing is that Nintendo had that. But the thing is that Sony and Microsoft both looked at that thing and goes, oh, this is what we have to do now. I was like, no. this works over here on the Wii.
Well,
don't bring it over here. And they kept trying to force it in, and it didn't work, and they finally just got rid of it.
Well, because what
thankfully.
was the Xbox one was the camera.
Kinect. Yeah.
It's the Xbox Kinect. And
I think the Kinect has been used more for ghost hunting.
Yeah, no
than
kidding.
the actual video gameplay.
What was Paranormal Activity, wasn't it? One of those movies where it was like they had the Kinect on, and you could see in the infrared, you could see all the lights and everything.
Well, you had that, and then Sony had those weird controllers.
The Sony Move,
with the glowing balls on the end of it and stuff.
It was
what the hell
it was
is
the
this?
Sony vibrators.
Pretty much.
Whoa,
That's it too. When they first introduced those things, that was the joke everywhere. It was like, so Sony's getting into the sex toy. This is.
You're not wrong. Well, and I have to ask you guys, not to get off on those particular topics, but there is another game that is due to come out here that I was unaware of until a couple of days ago, actually. Have you heard of a game called Retromania?
I heard something about it.
Oh, my gosh.
What system is it on, and what?
It hasn't been released yet, so they haven't determined the systems. Dave, are you familiar with this?
Nope.
Do you remember the old school, like, NES style wrestling games?
Oh, yeah. Pro wrestling?
Like the 8-bit style stuff? Okay. So Retromania is a game that's coming out that is the same style of that.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about.
Animal, Big Stevie Cool.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking
Colt
about.
Cabana. Oh gosh, who were some of the other ones that were in?
Okay, that's cool. Can we get
Cardona?
Can we get Tecmo Bowl back?
It's already been back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they brought a Tecmo Bowl out several years back, but of course it didn't have any of the names.
Okay, now as somebody who hasn't been into video gaming consoles, very long time. If I wanted to upgrade to a new Xbox, will those new consoles play any of the old games at all?
No.
So hang on.
No.
Hang on. You can download the games.
That's horse
Xbox
crap. No,
and
forget
copies
it.
of it.
No,
But
I'm
the
not
physical
interested.
disc won't work.
Here's the thing: the 360, when it was released, that was kind of one of the whole things. Hey, it's going to be backwards compatible.
Right.
The problem is that it wasn't fully backwards compatible, as in not all of your games could be played. They had a big list that kept changing.
Yeah.
There would be games on there that you're like, oh, why is this on here? Okay, why? And then there were games that wouldn't, and then those games that you wanted would show up, but then other games that you liked would disappear off that list.
That's horse crap.
But here's the problem with it: you weren't actually, even though you were still putting the disc, the
They're
Xbox
running it
disc
off the
in there,
internet or something.
it was all emulated because here's the reason why. When Microsoft created the Xbox, the original Xbox, they had never done anything like that before, so they outsourced the hardware. The operating system that was in there. Both the hardware or they built the hardware, but they outsourced the software. That's what it was. They didn't own it because they outsourced it. So therefore, they couldn't put the source into the 360. So they had to emulate.
So why did Microsoft do like they do everything else and go and buy the company and steal their technology?
I don't know,
because that's what their
But that's
operating
been one of the
is
that's
based
been one
off
of the big things that I've hated with a lot of. I'm like, I remember when the PS3 first.
It's
came
one of the
out.
reasons I quit playing video games because I didn't want to have to update to a new console every 3 years.
But Nintendo,
not even 3 years.
But Nintendo has never been backwards compatible, ever.
I've never owned a Nintendo up until the point my wife bought me.
Atari wasn't backwards compatible.
Neither was Sega
for the first couple, and then they.
Well, I never went past the 2600.
Sega was the same thing, and so it was kind of one of those things. I was stuck in the Sega Genesis for a decade. That was the last.
Had some amazing games.
They did.
Too,
I would just
they
keep
had
playing
all
the same games that I loved over and over again. Of course, I still had my Nintendo, and that kind of stuff, so I'd play a lot of that stuff. But it wasn't until the Xbox that I bought at the time, this was 20 years ago, was a new system.
Yeah.
And it was about a year old when I got mine.
Right.
And there still weren't a ton of games out there for it.
Yeah, I remember.
But the games that I did find on there that I liked, I really liked. And so I stuck with them rather than going to Sony for the longest time.
See, and I went the other direction. I went PlayStation.
And see, it wasn't until the 3 came out that I finally got a PS3.
Yeah.
I bought a used original PlayStation and had a bunch of games I played on. Tony Hawk Skater or whatever.
Tony Hawk's,
was one of the main ones that I played. And then for a
that in
I had a bunch of games. Oh, Twisted Metal.
Yes.
Tekken 2.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur.
So I didn't really
remember.
play
You know
Soul
what?
Calibur.
I take that back. I did have a place. We won't talk about how I got the PlayStation, but I had a PlayStation.
It fell off a
for
truck.
while. Yeah, something like that. And I remember playing because I had the NHL game that came out that year. I guess it was 99. It was the first one the Predators were in.
Oh yeah. I remember this. Yeah.
And I remember I had that game, and I had Twisted Metal 3. Mm-hmm. And I had what was the Star Wars fighting game? It was so bad.
Not Old Republic.
It's terrible.
No, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Though. You know, it was like, I mean, it was a really bad fighting game, you know, just in general. But yeah, it was like that kind of, and I think I had like one of those Spider-Man games that they had or something. And I played a few other ones, you know, here and there and that kind of stuff.
Two words. Jet Moto. That was my jam.
I did play.
That
played
was my jam.
Jet Set Moto on the Xbox as it came with it. That was one of the games that came with it, and that was a lot of fun. You know what game I loved, and it's actually a terrible game.
Which one?
But I loved was BMX Triple X.
Oh Lord.
Which is basically a Dave Mirra game that they reskinned.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, but yeah, I mean,
think I had the Dave Mirra game at one point. And it was terrible.
Oh, but that was the whole thing. That the BMX Triple X was even worse. Like it was clunky. It just but you know, you could see.
And then I got my
naked boobs.
I got
and
my
stuff. You know,
this is
it's
true.
like,
I got my original Xbox as a graduation gift from a bunch of friends. And that was mainly like Halo 2 and Madden and Tiger Woods. And, you know,
See, that's back when Tiger Woods was fun to play.
Yeah.
Need for Speed Underground.
NCAA football was like, I loved playing NCAA football. I liked it better than Madden. Honestly.
Oh yeah. Well, you had more options.
No. The best football game on that was the 2K4.
Oh,
the Sega 2K4. That was, and of course, that was the whole reason that Madden finally, or that EA finally signed an exclusive deal with the NFL, because they were like, oh wow, they're actually making something better, and it was only $20.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was a better game. And matter of fact, after they locked down that licensing, they went in and stole a whole bunch of stuff that was in that Sega. You know, they put it in their game. You know, Dead or Alive.
Oh God.
How about Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball? Did you ever play that one?
Yes.
Dennis Rodman was in that game.
I never played that one.
It was a not bad beach volleyball game. Okay,
that's about the highest praise you could.
That is about the highest praise you could give that game. But everything else about that game made zero sense and was just there for the jiggle factor. That was
pretty much
it. Okay.
Yeah. Occasionally, I still will break out either Tiger Woods or, honestly, it's Need for Speed Underground.
But now
quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I have almost, because they have put out that Grand Theft Auto trilogy now. It's 3, Vice City, and San Andreas.
So they skipped over 5?
No, 5 came later.
I see what you're saying.
It's 3 Vice City and then San Andreas.
Yeah.
4 and 5 came after those. Those are the 2 after that, which is funny because 5 has been released on how many?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That was one of the jokes that it was the PS. What was it? It was the PS1, or it was it was the PS2. Got three Grand Theft Autos, and the PS3, 4, and 5 have gotten 1. And it's true.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
No,
it's very true. But the thing is they released that collection of those games. But I played the hell out of some Vice City back in the day. But I loved that game.
One of the reasons I got out of video games is the same reason why I'm getting away from Mac on my laptops and computers. Because
whoa, hang on.
No, I've already said this a year ago.
Did that just happen?
Yeah, he said that.
Wow. Go ahead, Steve.
Dave's always been contentious about Macs. Anyway,
well, I believe in the right tool for the right job.
Right.
And for the longest time, Mac had all my video editing stuff and all that. And I could buy a MacBook Pro and it would last me, 7 years, 10 years.
Right.
And the software was always reasonable. Well, now that Steve is gone and you've got a friggin' accountant running the show and they've done the planned obsolescence and you can't work on their crap anymore. Well, now all my video editing stuff's come to PC. All the audio stuff has come to PC, and I can build a PC for cheaper. Then I can buy a new MacBook, and I can't even work it.
Welcome, brother.
No, it's not really a welcome. It's more of a welcome back.
Okay, fair.
It's because all the software that I needed was on the Mac.
I stayed far away from Mac for years and years and years.
I've always kind of been OS agnostic as it is anyway. I can work in both worlds.
Do you worship at the feet of Steve?
So you're saying you're bi?
No, that is not what I'm saying. Thank you very much.
He does not believe in an operating system.
He's bi-OS.
Yeah, he is agnostic. He does not believe
I stayed away from Mac for the longest time because, it was that whole I can go and buy the same amount, a PC with the same amount of RAM, a bigger hard drive.
Right.
If you run out of space, you can go get another one.
Exactly, and all that stuff.
And put it in yourself.
And all that kind of stuff for much cheaper.
Yep.
But the thing that drove me to Mac eventually was Windows 10.
I'm surprised you didn't say like Millennium, because that's the one that usually sends people.
ME way back in the day. I remember when it went to ME, XP was a wonderful system forever.
It was bulletproof.
Vista had its problems, but I had a laptop that was running Vista that eventually I grew to tolerate.
See, I hated Vista.
I loved 7. 7 was great.
7 was okay.
I loved 7, and then when it went to 10, and I was like, okay, well, they took some of the good stuff from 7 and brought it over here, and then put a whole bunch of bad in here, because every time I turn on my freaking computer, you got an update.
Yeah, well,
you got an update.
That's the way Windows has always been.
Every fucking time.
That's Windows.
And that's what initially drove me away of, no, I am done with this. At least with a Mac, it all runs.
What I love about
runs. There's no background crap running for you to be able to run whatever program you're on.
Now, I will say this. I love Mac's OS. I love the OS because you've got the OS and then everything just sits on top of it. It doesn't do this cracking interweaving BS that Windows does.
I cannot wait to hear see the Discord conversations that are going to happen from this episode alone.
Well, now,
oh my God, who else are we want to piss off right now?
Look,
if I could get the
Mac,
Mac,
want to talk about all those Linux idiots.
Oh, I knew you'd sneak that in there too.
You just hacked off all the GXG Discord. They're coming for us now.
Oh my
Whatever.
If I could get the Mac OS on a PC and get them to work perfectly together, that would be my perfect world.
The Linux nerds are in the same bucket with the atheists, the CrossFitters, and the vegans. Of like, wow, they really want to tell you all about their religion. So it's
Dave, and the lead singers,
I'm just waiting to see what your and my podcast is going to be about when we have to dump him because he's had everybody come in the world come after us.
Whatever.
We can't dump him. He's got all the equipment. Anyway,
for now.
Hey,
for now.
Okay. I have said it in the past. I know it's a bold statement, especially in 2023, but I think I am damn near uncancelable. So it's
no, it's not that you're uncancelable.
It's like I just don't give a fuck is what it comes down to.
You've been canceled so many times already. People just stop listening to you.
I found out through all this stuff. I'm like, hey, you know when you get canceled? When you start carrying. That's when you get canceled.
You are the equivalent right now of that weird uncle at Thanksgiving, okay?
I'm not quite that bad. Okay?
You're in denial.
I am not quite that bad, okay? First off, we have a friend, and you know exactly who I'm getting ready to say, who is way worse than I will ever be about that shit. I don't even have to say a name, and Dave's already laughing his ass off.
I think I know who you're talking about.
And you know him too, yeah. And he's probably listening to this. So.
I can't wait for him to hit you in the head with a Waffle House napkin dispenser.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the confirmation, Dave. See, you know Alan has finally transgressed into the weird uncle when he starts every conversation with, I remember when.
Oh, no.
That's
hold up.
Back in my day.
Whoa. Hey, since you're filling up coffee.
Yeah.
No. My starting conversation of choice line now is, listen here, you little shit.
And just like that, 2023 is...
Right with 2022.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Boy, this is going to be a rough year, I can already tell.
So just to kind of go back on what you guys were talking about, for
all those tiny little fractions of fucks that I still had to give left with 2022.
So for those listeners that didn't pick up on a long time, a lot of us, I know Dave and I have been in the IT industry for a while.
More the media
You've been more in the
it.
media. I've been more in the hardware, and Alan's kind of skated around a little bit. If you ever get a chance.
I know enough to be dangerous.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
See, I remember back in the days when you actually had computer cases that had stickers on them on the side of it so that you couldn't open them. And if you did open them, it voided your warranty.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know?
Gateway.
Yes.
Compact.
Yes.
Packard Bell.
Yeah.
Yep. Dell.
Can I have the cream, please?
Well, you worked for Dell, so I mean, that was
Dell actually wasn't as bad.
You want to hear the worst one I've heard about that in a long time?
Oh, I got one that'll top you, but go ahead.
Did you know about the class action lawsuit against Harley Davidson right now about their warranties?
No, I hadn't heard about this.
Starting in 2021, their new warranty, like new terms of service in their warranties, stated that anything that's not done on the bike at a certified Harley Davidson shop voids all warranty.
Oh, nice! They're Ferrari now.
So basically, if you
or
decide,
Tesla,
if I decide, hey, I want to put road pegs on my bike, and I don't take it to a Harley Davidson and put it on there, that means if something happens to my engine, it's void because I put new road pegs on there.
Yep.
And there's a class action lawsuit right now against that. So
Harley was already on the decline in sales and all of that. So they're evidently looking to really go out of business.
Yep,
then.
they pissed off a lot of people when people started looking at terms of service and that, like, oh fuck no, this is nuh-uh.
See, the whole thing about Harley was being able to customize it yourself.
Yep.
And do whatever you wanted to with it. Which is why I think I'm going to start looking at Yamaha V-Stars now.
You like me and just buy an old Harley, you ain't got to worry about it.
Well,
nothing's under warranty any longer. So
I had a friend of mine, well, actually one of my former managers in a former job that I had that was an old school biker. This dude had been around the block several times. Back when Harley was owned by, was it AMC?
Yeah, AMC.
Yeah. Okay. So someone brought in a television. I used to work for a company that was appliances and electronics.
Yeah.
No longer in existence, but they brought in a television for recycling, and it was a Harley Davidson television. Yeah. I had never seen this, didn't even know they existed.
They branded all kinds of stuff.
Oh, they branded a ton of stuff back in like the 60s and 70s, even into the 80s, but it was the
80s AMC Harleys were some of the worst bikes
ever. So Craig comes over and takes one look at it, and I'm like, Craig, have you ever seen this? Did you know about this? And he looked at it and goes, no, that's not a real Harley. I was like, how can you tell? He goes, it's not leaking oil.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
That's true.
And I say that having one sitting out on my shed right now that's got a little puddle of oil.
I was about to say, do you have the kitty litter underneath it?
It's a design flaw, though.
I know.
Because when you fill that thing up with engine oil, there is a small hole that leaks that engine oil out onto the chain, to oil the chain. Right. So Harleys always, if it's not leaking, it's not a Harley.
Yeah, pretty much. But it doesn't leak a ton. It's not like everything in your oil pan winds up on the, if you leave it sitting there long enough, it will. Yeah. But it's still it is annoying. It's annoying as everything. At least they've gotten a lot better about, like, you go out riding for a couple hours and come back and you have to tighten every bolt on the thing back down. Because some of those 80s, those AMC, they were horrible about that. I mean, it was terrible. So
I mean, if I could win a lottery and go out and buy a bike tomorrow, just not worry about the money, I would go get an Indian in a heartbeat at this point.
Well, yeah.
You'd have to win the lottery for that.
I was looking at, before I bought my bike, I was looking at Honda Rebels because a friend of mine who rides said, hey, those are great bikes. Like, they're better than most people give them credit for.
Right. Yeah.
And they just discontinued. I think the 2021s were the last ones that they're doing. They rebranded them into something else.
Yeah, and they don't look as good.
They don't, not at all.
They don't look anything like a cruiser now. They look like something else.
Well, Harley did the same thing with their Sportsters.
Yeah.
They rebranded it. It's not called the Sportster any longer. They rebranded it to something else, and they changed the design slightly. And it's like this doesn't even remotely look like Harley Davidson.
They had bought out Buell, is what it was.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they bought Buell.
They bought Buell. That was years ago, and then they shut Buell down.
Yeah.
Because I knew a guy that I worked with that was a huge Buell fan.
It's funny on that same thing. I remember you remember in the 90s when
but those new Sportsters, they're not even a 45-degree angle anymore.
No, I know.
I
know. It's like why even have this bike?
And they don't sound the same.
Off. I know. You remember back in the 90s, in the early 90s, when Gibson bought Orange amps?
Yes.
And they bought
They also bought Mapex drums.
They bought Mapex drums, and they also bought was it Baldwin pianos? It was one of the pianos.
It was the Korg or Baldwin. I can't remember.
I think it was Baldwin because it was actually piano. They weren't really doing much with with the keyboards and synths and stuff. But they also bought. There was a Russian company, I think it was like Sovtek.
Sovtek.
Yeah, they bought that and all that kind of stuff. Gibson doesn't own any of that shit anymore because they went bankrupt. Another company that outspent themselves. So.
Well, because they weren't making great guitars.
No,
anymore.
they weren't. They have not made great guitars since the 90s.
The Epiphones are better guitars than the Gibsons
really
right now.
I'm telling you, I've got a 2000. I think it's a 2011. Dot, which is basically the ES335 design.
For those of you who don't know, it's the guitar that Dave Grohl plays.
Yeah, it basically is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's an Epiphone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the best guitars I've ever owned. I have owned a ton of Gibsons over the years.
Wasn't it the same guitar that Marty McFly played? Wasn't that a 335?
That was a 335.
Yeah.
Was that an actual Gibson though? I
Yeah.
don't think was it a Gibson?
No, it was a Gibson,
Okay.
because that's the big controversy is that when that movie was supposed to
That
take
guitar
place,
wasn't. I know
the guitar didn't come out for 2 years
exist.
later.
Yeah, it didn't exist yet.
Well, there's plenty of movie controversies.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, that wasn't out yet.
Well, and you were talking about Gibson, so in my possession, I still have the very first bass amp that I've ever got, and I remember my dad getting it for me at a music store in Murfreesboro, Tennessee called Chambers Music. Doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I got the bass, which was a Squier P bass, and an amp.
Standard starter.
Yeah,
bass.
exactly. Everybody starts with a Squier.
That P bass.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I've owned a couple of Squiers now. I've loved those guitars.
oh, yeah.
I have 3 of them. I have 2 of them right now. That I'm
Squiers?
like, that I'm just like, no, dude, I love both these guitars.
I love that
so-
C-neck maple.
Yep.
That maple C-neck.
It's all about the neck. All about the neck.
But the amp, the guy basically threw the amp in for free because it was this old used amp. I'd never heard of the company. It was just a cool name. And it worked for years. It wasn't the most powerful thing, but it sounded good. And then I got to looking it up. It was a Kalamazoo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What? Really?
I still have my Kalamazoo student bass amp.
Wow.
Nice.
And
that is not something you run across very often.
No, it's not, since they were only in business for like 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
And then they were bought out by Gibson.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But I found this. There was actually a documentary out about the Kalamazoo girls, where it's talking about the women that worked for Gibson. I can't remember which war it was when there was just no hands on hand, and they made all these guitars by hand, and they're all unique.
Right.
So, but it came from the same plant.
But there was a lawsuit. That the reason
Multiple lawsuits.
Yeah, because of the design. It was all about the headstock.
Yep.
More than anything else, it was about the headstock. It was too close to the Gibson style or whatever. It didn't matter that they were ripping the bodies off like crazy.
no, not at all. But yeah,
Well, Gibson and their litigious
I know.
attitude going after Dean with the flying V's and all that other crap they've been doing lately. because
They've done all kinds.
losing money hand over fist.
But yeah, when I started digging into it and finding out about the Kalamazoo girls, I was like, that was really kind of cool. And, as I'm sure any of our listeners that have been around for a while know, the infamous Amy is from Detroit, Michigan. And Kalamazoo's not that far. So I've already made her promise me that when we go back up there, we're going to go over to the Kalamazoo plant because it's still there. It's not any,
How's she
function or
holding up
anything.
after that TCU game?
Oh, shut up.
It's going to be a little bit worse when Georgia beats TCU
About
tonight or tomorrow night or whenever it is.
About
two
as-
nights when we're recording
I
this.
think she's holding up about as well as Allen holding up after Bama not even making into the top 4. So
we took our opponent apart. So.
All I'm going to say is you're getting a gift this year. Because the Bears fan is going to be rooting for the Lions when they have to play Green Bay.
wow.
That's how bad I hate Green Bay.
Have you checked Dave to see if he's
I know
right now?
that's kind of inside the division. Wow,
I hate Green Bay.
Jeez. All right. But yeah, that's
there's nobody inside this AFC South I'm pulling for, so it's
pretty well a ghost town.
the Titans losing 6 in a row at this point. This evening they're probably going to lose their 7th in a row and be eliminated from the playoffs. So,
Well, I mean,
Let's hope not.
I'd like to see
why? So they can go and get beat in the first round of the playoffs and come
At least
back
we
home
will
again?
have made the playoffs.
Here's the cool thing, though: if they lose tonight against and don't make the playoffs, they get a top 10 pick. So that's
going to help us.
Well, hey, we fired a general manager, so hey, it might actually, considering he hasn't hit on a first round pick except for
but
once.
the thing about it is that who are they going to put back in that position in time to pull off a decent draft?
I don't know.
Who are they going to put back into that position to be able to have time to plan and pull off a decent draft?
Welcome to Sports Talk.
We're recording this on January the 7th,
Yes.
okay? This evening at 7 p.m. Central Time, Jacksonville and and Tennessee are playing to basically for who wins the division and who goes to the playoffs.
Yep.
There is still an outside chance that if Jacksonville loses that game, that they can get into the playoffs as a wild card, but there's a whole bunch of dominoes that have to fall for that. Right. Titans, if they don't win, they're out. Yep. Okay, we fired John Robinson midway through the season, which I'm good with. Todd Downing, our offensive coordinator. Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we lose tonight. I'm hoping we get trounced on national television, okay?
Wow.
And I hope that tomorrow morning I wake up and they've fired everybody that, and
well, that's what happened to Kentucky. We lost that game, and they immediately turned around and fired our offensive coordinator. And
what happened to you guys? That was
our year fell apart.
I had picked Kentucky to win that game, and and it was
it's because of the friggin' offensive coordinator. Yeah. I mean, he was there a year,
something like that.
Yeah. Well, luckily we've got the one back that went to San Diego.
Yeah.
To switch gears onto a still sports related, but not quite as WTF mate comment. Mm-hmm. What do you think about UC Saros coming up as the number 2 in history in the NHL in saves in one game? That was crazy.
That was
what was it, 64?
He was well trained by Pekka.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well trained by Pekka.
I have to say this: watching this first couple months of Predators hockey,
it was painful. It was painful.
But all of a sudden they've come on.
Yeah.
And they're finally above 500.
Well, they beat the number 1 and the number 2 team.
I know. And all of a sudden it's like, wow. When I saw they were playing the Panthers the Carolina or the Hurricanes. It was the Panthers, wasn't it? It was the Florida Panthers. Yeah. And they beat them. I was like,
what's our head coach's name again? What's his name again?
Oh, John.
What's his name again?
I'm trying to remember.
Exactly. Nobody knows what his friggin' name is, and he needs to go back to friggin' New Jersey. Fire that hack and get him out of here.
What's so funny is because, we had
Laviolette.
No, before him.
What was wrong? I had no idea what was wrong with Lavi. I liked Lavi. I thought we were doing a fairly decent job.
Lavi took us all the way to the playoffs.
Yeah, he did.
To the finals. It wasn't him. It was obviously personnel somewhere.
There's that.
I mean, that is and I know we love our GM here. He did some good work.
Old Davey.
Paulie has done some really great stuff.
Did some good stuff.
But he has also made some of the biggest bonehead moves I've seen in a while.
Yeah, but it's the same thing going back to the Titans. Yeah. John Robinson came in, made some big splashes, made some big trades, built a team that had the first year that he was here had the number 1 pick because we were that bad, traded it, wound up getting a bunch of good players out of it. Also missed on a bunch of like layups of like, no, this is where you should be drafting somebody who's going to win. But did more like signing undrafted free agents and making trades and that kind of stuff to actually build it. And hey, we got there. He's the one that traded for Ryan Tannehill. There's all kind, bringing in DeMarco Murray, DeMarco Murray that first year, and all that kind of stuff. It's one of those things that he did a good job with a lot of that stuff. But then you start looking at his body of work over time, and it's look, you're doing well in the mid and late rounds, but you're missing consistently in your first round pick, and in your second round picks are not exactly great on top of it all, outside of Derrick Henry. It's just kind of one of those like, look, no, those are the 2 that you want to get done as well as any of the rest of them.
What are these rumors I'm hearing about that Tyler Llewellyn's thinking about? He's getting cut this year.
No idea.
Llewellyn? Are you talking about Taylor Lewan?
Thank you, Lewan.
Oh,
Taylor
he's gone.
Yeah,
he's gone. Look, the Titans are over the salary cap by a couple $1 million as soon as the new. Okay, Taylor Lewan accounts for about $14 million next year.
Not to mention the fact he's got a glass jaw.
Yeah, and he can't stay healthy. I mean, this is the 3 out of the last 4 years that he's been on IR.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. I hadn't been keeping up with it that close.
And it's one of those things where, like, this year he went down really early. Last year he went down late, but he was actually played all of last year. But in 2020 he went down midway through the season, and in 2019 he went down late in the season. Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's he's 34, something like, which in football terms is pretty old, I mean, especially for that position.
I don't want to hear it.
I know, but I said in football, but in football terms, But it's that, they're talking Ben Jones is probably going to retire this year because he had major concussions right here in the middle of the season. And again, he's in his mid-30s somewhere. He's been a great leader, which, okay. We don't have a left guard. I don't care what they try to say about Aaron Brewer or anybody else they've plugged in that. So it's basically, now Brewer has played well once they put him over into the center position.
Yeah.
But back to what you were saying, Luan costs too much money, especially for what he's giving us.
Right.
Ryan Tannehill is, we can cut him this coming season, and he's got a $28 million.
Who was the new quarterback we just
Malik Willis?
Who?
No, you're talking.
No, he used to play for Tennessee. Yeah, Dobbs.
Yeah, he played for UT.
I think that might end up being a. You think so?
And here's the reason why. Dobbs has been in the league for 4 years now. He's never he started his first game last week.
Yeah, no, he's 2000. It was 2020 with Pittsburgh.
He played his game.
He played a game. He
start.
Yeah.
All right.
He started his first game last week against the Cowboys, and he's going to start his second game this week against Jacksonville. I think he's a good stopgap for now.
Yeah, he's a Neil O'Donnell. He's
exactly. It's
fill the hole,
fill the hole, whatever. I like Tannehill. He's gone. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to take the hit on this.
I know we're on Sports Talk.
I'm going to take the hit on this. I was the one who started this, so welcome to Nashville Sports. Sports Talk. Let's move on to something else.
We can talk about national stuff if you want to. That's
Actually,
fine.
there is one topic that I do want to bring up because it was just revealed yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I'm really curious to see both of your takes on this. The news broke, I want to say it was from either CNN or somebody else, that our old buddy Vinnie Mac
is coming back to WWE.
Is going to be back on the board of directors. It's believed with the intent of selling the WWE.
That has been the rumor.
Well, I think the fact that Vince McMahon is back is very good for EAW. Or AEW.
Oh, definitely.
Because everybody hates that guy.
Well, it's just the idea.
Let's put it this way. Since he left in September, is that when it was?
It was around there.
Somewhere in there.
And by the way, still hasn't paid back the $19 million.
Of course not.
Yeah.
He's not going
got
to.
it.
It's like, look.
He ain't got it. He'll have to sell WWE to get it to pay it back.
The fact that he stepped away to begin with, or was forced out, whichever one it is. Okay?
I like how you phrase that. Stepped away.
Yeah,
it was his choice.
I know. Well, that's the whole thing. He was never going to step away. He did that when that whole thing broke, where he went out.
You mean where he was tombstoned out of the WWE?
Well, no, where he shot himself in the foot.
He went out the right after all this stuff happened, and goes out. Makes this announcement that he's going to go out on SmackDown to address the crowd, and basically said, "Fuck you, I'm not going anywhere." Yeah, I mean, just like, and then walk back to and then within a few weeks, they're like, "Oh no, you're going somewhere. You're gone." And the thing is, every report backstage out of WWE since he's been gone has been like the locker room, everything feels so much better. People are happy with their creative. All this stuff, their ratings went up. I mean, it's all this stuff. And that right there is the reason why Vince McMahon's coming back. It has nothing to do with the sell.
No.
It's because I created this, and if I run it in the ground, fine, but it's mine. I'm going to do it.
See, that's not the stories that I've been reading.
I don't care if that's not the story. I know. I've heard those same stories.
Where it's a matter of basically the board of directors is forcing him to do something, and he can't officially do it outside of it. So he's coming back into the board of directors to kind of say, all right, I'm going to still control the narrative of the business, not necessarily of what's going on in the product of it.
That's BS.
Now
that's complete BS.
Here's my question to you guys. 2-part question, and I want to hear from both of you on this. Number one, should the WWE be sold to someone? Who do you think it would be in the best hands of? And number two, how pissed off is Triple H right now?
Oh, I know.
I mean, this is the guy who basically was handed the reins on how to
turned it around,
turned it completely around,
made it a good product again.
Yeah, that's the guy who should be running the show.
Absolutely,
I agree. But I've just something about it says Vince is not going to allow him to take over this show permanently.
It should be sold to. It should be.
I don't know if he can afford it.
Here's the thing. No, Triple H can afford it. Here's the thing with all that. There have been rumors for years.
Yep.
About.
Disney, I know, was a big one.
Disney was
I am so sick of Disney owning everything. They've become the Microsoft of the media world.
Paramount.
They were doing it because they own ESPN.
Right.
So
Paramount has been rumored.
I think Paramount would be better.
Actually, what is the company that owns, I think it's MMA or
you're talking about the owns UFC?
Yeah. Because that's one that's been that name's been thrown around a lot.
The name of the company
that would make it easier for folks to go back and forth between the UFC.
But that's always so
the forbidden door.
It happens, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah,
You know? I mean, that's
everybody deserves a shot.
What is it like? For every Ronda Rousey or what's her other?
Well, talking about Brock Lesnar,
Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler.
Baszler. Yeah. For every one of those you get the other two 4 horsewomen who never
Jessamine Duke.
Yeah, and I forget the other who you never see on.
Well, they were there for like a short time, and then they just kind of disappeared.
But there are so many of them. There's even the one in the AEW. What's her name? That the Russian woman that.
But you've always
a couple
seen
of them,
this.
and they just never go. They don't go anywhere.
But you've always seen this going back and forth with Ken Shamrock and Brock Lesnar.
Well, Shamrock was
all of those things.
Shamrock was a beast, though. I mean, that dude was legit.
Well, speaking of beast, Dan the Beast Severn.
I forgot about Severn.
But who would? I mean, Dave. Let me start with you. Who do you think, as a company wide, who would you like to see that fall into the hands of?
Not Disney.
Okay.
I'm very much not Disney. Okay. I'm sick of their crap and all them trying to buy up everything.
You don't want to see Mickey body slamming?
No,
I mean that'd be kind of cool. Actually,
I'd like to catch Mickey in a rat trap.
All right, whoa. Before we go any further on this,
yes,
because this is very relevant, I'll tell you why I don't want to see Disney buying them.
Okay.
You seen the trailer for Indiana Jones 5?
Fair.
Okay.
No, I haven't. There's a reason why I
just
haven't
said Crystal Skull, and you would have had
that. Wasn't Disney though.
I know
they didn't own them at that point. Yeah. But the fact that Disney that Indy 5 trailer looks like absolute garbage is just
the company that owns UFC.
Any of the Star Wars stuff.
It would kind of make sense, that way it makes it easier to go back and forth. Honestly, probably Paramount Plus is the better one because they're already in partnership.
They have a partnership with them. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and so they've already been working with them.
Peacock.
It's
Peacock.
They're on the cock.
It's NBC. Yeah. Which is NBC Universal, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, that could be a possibility also.
I'd rather see it go to Paramount Plus though, because Paramount Plus seems to have done a little bit better with the streaming side of things. And
it's basically Viacom, is what it is.
Yeah, it's Viacom.
In essence,
Okay.
But they've done a better job with their production stuff and their streaming stuff. And I mean, Yellowstone is a big reason why.
True.
Yellowstone's the biggest show on television right now.
Yep.
Yellowstone and their spinoffs. The Star Trek stuff.
Yeah.
That they
put out a great product. I'm not going to deny, and that's an interesting choice.
It's a better product than the Peacock stuff.
Well, and the other thing you got to factor in on this too is whoever buys that also gets their library.
Yeah.
So all of the stuff that WWE is.
Here's what I want to see: whoever buys them.
Yep.
This would be my dream.
Hold on.
Whoever
before
buys
you do that,
yes.
Here's my question: who owned the Saturday morning cartoon? What network was the Saturday morning cartoon?
It was on NBC.
You talking about the Rock and Wrestling?
Yeah.
Hulk
Hogan's Rock.
It was on NBC. Yeah.
Originally, it was. So that was. There's still a big controversy about that because NBC said that they had the rights to it, where WWF/E said they had the rights,
right?
And because of that, that's why you don't see it streaming anywhere,
right? Well,
okay, good. So we've got litigation between them and NBC. Yep. Let's let it go to Paramount. And be done with it.
That's fair.
Until late in the 1980s, Marvel Comics still owned the right to Hulk Hogan.
Yep, that's true.
Because he billed himself as the Incredible Hulk Hogan to begin with, and Marvel sued them.
Oh,
but there's two things with that though. It wasn't just the Incredible Hulk. Crusher Hogan was the in Amazing Fantasy number 15 that Spider-Man wrestled, like when he was like
yeah.
So they took two intellectual properties and put them together for that, and so Marvel Comics owned that. You would see it would say the Incredible Hulk Hogan copyright
Marvel.
There was that was finally settled in the late 80s.
Yeah, and it was sold to actually the rights were sold to Terry Bollea. That's one of the reasons why
he actually owns them.
He is one of like a handful of performers that actually owns the right to his own name.
Right.
The only other persons that have done that, the Ultimate Warrior ended up doing it because he legally changed his name to Warrior.
Yeah.
And Ryback was the other one because he legally changed his name to Ryback.
Okay. I've got to ask about this because there's been some stuff on Facebook popping up about Ryback.
Ryback is a nut job.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Okay, who's coming back? He's talking like he's either starting his own thing or coming to AEW or
no. I mean, if he does, it is a pariah waiting to happen.
Yeah, he is almost as bad as CM Punk. about being a locker room cancer.
See,
there's no ifs, ands, buts.
I disagree
about that.
because Ryback makes no bones about being a complete jerk.
No,
that's
true. At least he's not trying to say I'm the man of the people or whatever. Like
exactly.
Which have you heard?
Yeah,
CM Punk might be coming back to AEW.
Oh, I know. And if they're
thinking
it's going to be the biggest work on the planet if it is, but
that's no.
And something else speaking.
I think we're all tired of that.
Yeah.
We all loved seeing Punk come back. We all loved it. And then we found out, oh, yeah, there's a reason why Punk doesn't last anywhere for very long.
Yep.
It's been funny watching you guys going, oh, my gosh, CM Punk is back. And
that was an amazing moment.
And then 3 months later, be like, oh, my
moment.
gosh, would he just go away?
Well, but that's, okay, so that's the
It took
wrestling,
almost a year before we got to there, yeah.
And speaking of coming back, I have to say one of the biggest pops as 12-year-old Barry lost his damn mind was when the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega came back to Carry On Wayward Son. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's been kind of that series with them and Death Triangle.
Yes,
has been great.
All right, so I asked Dave. Let me ask you, Alan. Where would you want to see WWE end up?
I would like to see WWE bought out by someone independent.
Okay. Anybody in mind?
I don't know. We'll figure out a Saudi billionaire or something to buy them. And
see, I'd be leery about that.
And here's the reason why I say it. One of the things, like, we can go back and forth about the cons owning AEW and all that. I mean, there's been some good, there's been some bad. That's wrestling. Right. You're going to get that no matter what. When Ted Turner owned WCW, that was fine until they did the AOL merger. Yeah. That seems to always be the problem with wrestling is that
when
they get bought out by some media conglomerate, and the people at the top are like, do we really want to be in the wrestling business?
Yeah.
Because they keep looking at it as like, and that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing that kills me at WCW. And Bischoff has gone off about this forever. It's like, look, we were beating Monday Night Football.
Yeah. Nobody does that.
And AOL Time Warner execs still thought that we were the bottom of the barrel and basically gutted everything. Yep.
What if you could get Bischoff and his crew to come back?
No,
he ain't got the money.
Look, I would love to see Bischoff brought back in on a limited creative, because he always goes back to the same well.
That's like saying you want Jim Cornette back in on creative.
I was gonna bring Cornette up because we were talking about it beforehand. Like I said,
asshole.
Jim Cornette, asshole genius. So it's.
By the way, that's like $15 or $20 between the two of you that need to go in the swear jar over there.
Nah, fuck it.
Clean it up, guys. Come on.
I told you all the little micro fucks that I gave are gone now. So,
but seriously, so
I don't know. I would like to see some. I say Saudi print. I don't know. I would like to see somebody outside of a conglomerate.
Okay.
Own them. Maybe the whole UFC thing,
that
because that's a little, they're not quite as big as a Sony or Sony was somebody they were talking to at one point, but because the thing is again, you get those people at the top who like, it's like, oh, wrestling, do we really want to be in the wrestling business? And they do everything they can to actively work against it no matter what.
Well, if you do Sony, maybe you get a better PlayStation game at that point.
Oh, it'd be amazing. But
I'm still interested to see how this AEW game is going to be.
See, and I'm going to throw one out. I'm going to throw one at you that, I'm just sitting here while you guys are talking.
What I was going to say though, one of the biggest issues with this though is that one of the stipulations that has been in every negotiation for someone buying WWE is that Vince McMahon still remains creative control.
Yep.
No.
And that's going to go by the wayside when it goes because he doesn't have creative control now.
Hopefully. Because here's the thing. That's my fear with this whole thing. Yeah. Is that this is Vince's way of weaseling his way back in. Like, look,
weaseling is a good word.
You cannot sell without me being, because he owns like what 30% of the stock. He's like the largest single stockholder.
33%,
something like that.
Something along those lines.
And he has like a lot of voting power when he's on the board. Okay,
wait. What percentage is that?
It's a third.
1/3, basically.
ITM, my gentlemen.
There you go.
ITM.
In the morning, I said to you.
Nice.
In the morning. There's going to be like one person who gets that. So it's because it's one of Barry's favorite people, Adam Curry.
Oh God, never mind. There's a reason I was sitting here going, I don't know what the hell these two are talking about.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed leaving Barry out of that one for a minute.
Oh, let me say this just real quick. Fuck you, Kevin McCarthy. Okay. Anyway, so he finally got voted in.
We
last
went
night.
so far without going political.
Well, that piece of human garbage finally got in last night.
You knew that was going to happen because
anyway,
we get no say.
I know. No. We're not getting politics.
All right.
But I think we can all say, fuck you, Kevin McCarthy.
The left wing and the right wing are connected to the same bird that are just crapping all over the rest of us.
So anyways, the problem I think that Vince is going to try to do with this is a way for him to weasel back in. With that stipulation that's been in every cell.
Right.
Which means I still remain in control, which means when they sell off to somebody else and he still remains in control, that board goes away.
Well,
which means that board that kicked him off now can't do it any longer. And so Vince comes in trying to be Vince McMahon.
But you also got to look at it from the buyer standpoint, though. The buyer standpoint is looking at it going now, okay, do we really want to invest in a product knowing that that's what the stipulation is going to be?
Oh, I know.
You know, so and I think that's one of the reasons why Fox never bought it.
If I were in a situation to be able to buy something like that, that would be the first thing. Is like
he's going to be the poison
Vince,
peel.
I would be like, Vince, I will buy this. What number do you want? Right. I can do this. You're retired.
What's your go away number?
You're retired.
What's your go away money?
And when I say you're retired for good. Yeah. And there's also a non-compete. You're not going and opening something else. You're not going to whatever.
At his age, he's not going to try.
You're going.
Yes,
he would.
Yes,
what are you talking about? This is Vince McMahon.
Nobody would go.
Oh no, there are people who would. There are people who
has
love
buried
Vince.
himself so much.
There
in the
are
public eye.
still people who love Vince McMahon.
That man has buried himself so much in the public eye right now that if he went out and tried to create something new, you want to see a bomb go off. Yeah, there you go.
Here's something interesting.
Okay. Then I'm going to throw out my suggestion.
Here's something really interesting.
Yep.
We were talking about Vince McMahon as the single largest owner of stock. Right. If Stephanie, whoa.
Go ahead.
Stephanie and Triple H and Shane, Linda, hold on, and a handful of other stock owners who have basically enough to get over that. Where they're together, they're the largest. They can actually put a stop to some of this.
Again, it would have to take a huge conglomerate. But I don't think any individuals own that much of stock.
Exactly. But it would take a bunch of them coming together, and it would also be one of those things where it would finally be Stephanie and Triple H saying, and
Dad
Shane going, Dad, go away, just go retire.
See,
just do it.
In a way, I kind of feel for Shane on a lot of this because he got really screwed over.
He's gotten screwed over so many times. Yeah. Now, again, after everything that came out after the Rumble last year, there's a reason he was given go away money.
Fair,
just go away and leave us alone. So
my suggestion, and then we'll kind of wrap this thing up here. But my suggestion would be if somebody wanted to buy this, I want to see somebody from an environment that's already somewhat of an open environment to be able to get away with whatever the hell you want to get away with storyline-wise,
HBO,
character-wise, anything along those lines. If it's going to be in an individual, I would say somebody like Mark Cuban.
Then you're dealing with a whole different type of asshole. Though,
well,
so,
true.
That's just a Texas version of Vince McMahon.
Well,
look at what he's done with the Mavericks. I mean, seriously.
Thinking Vegas. I'm thinking something in that kind of environment.
Oh, yes. Let's get the mob involved.
Well, what makes you think they're not already? But the other aspect would be somebody like Hulu or Netflix. Because since right now they are still operating outside of the rules of...
Yeah, but have you seen the numbers on any of their stuff lately?
Hulu is about to go away, especially with some of the stuff where... Because my wife still pays for Hulu.
Right.
Some of the crap that they've been doing here lately to try to get you to upgrade, because they're losing money hand over fist.
Well, but Disney also owns most of them, and they have their own streaming service already.
Hulu is about to go away.
Yeah.
Netflix is losing money hand over fist in production value.
Yep.
They're just.
What was that recent? There was that recent show that came out that when it I forget what it was. It was really woke, and they kept going on and on about how great the numbers were, and everything. I can't forget what the name of it. But the funny thing is the new numbers have come out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the numbers were huge at the beginning. Almost nobody was watching it by the end of the episode, by the end of the series. It was that's what happens. That's your problem. You can't keep people all the way through.
Well,
that's been their biggest problem is that they'll start off really strong. Disney Plus is having the same problem with a lot of their stuff. She-Hulk was that.
I've got the
Andor
winner.
was like that.
I got the solution. NPR buys it out. It's governmentally funded at that point.
Do you want everything to sound like this?
Oh my God, the commentary would be amazing. And with this, he comes over with the body slam, goes up against the ropes, comes off the top rope with a bionic elbow.
Well, that means you have to have some weird music up underneath it also.
Oh my God.
And if you don't like that...
Wait, hold on.
Why are we not doing this? We need to do this. We need like...
Here's, and if you don't like that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
We need an NPR commentary for Dave. Find me some, Philip Glass music. We need to,
dude. 2 of the best things I have heard. Oh, you're doing Tubular Bells?
Yeah.
Okay, that's The Exorcist.
Welcome to All Things Matt Related. What the hell is that?
Exactly. This is PBS or BBS music.
Oh my gosh.
An ordinary house.
2 things if you haven't seen it.
Oh, jeez.
And they're both spectacular, and they're both Snoop Dogg. Have you seen? It's a clip from back in the summer when the Olympics were going on. It was Snoop Dogg and Kevin Hart in the studio at NBC, and they were watching the equestrian event.
Think so. This sounds familiar.
And Snoop Dogg is losing his shit about this equestrian. He's like, "Oh shit, that motherfucker's crip walking." He's like, "I'm putting him in my next video." Jeez. It is one of the funniest things you've ever seen. Because, and then Snoop Dogg doing the narration on Planet Earth.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is some of the... I was like, no, I'll watch this. I'll watch 12 hours of this. This is amazing.
It's as bad as Gilbert Gottfried reads 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, God.
I mean, if you have not experienced...
First off, I would never read 50 Shades of Grey.
If you're going to do it, that's the way you do it, Yeah. Wow. I think we just broke Dave.
This podcast breaks me every time we record an episode with you two.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with the whole WWE thing.
Well, it's going to be months in the making anyway.
Yeah, and it's going to be it's going to be so much crap.
Yeah.
I mean, I am glad to see that Mercedes Moné made her debut.
Look good doing it.
Yeah, in
good
New
doing
Japan. Do you think she comes to AEW?
No.
You really?
No.
You don't think so at all?
No, because...
I mean, even on a limited basis?
If it may be an appearance, but definitely not something that's going to be consistent. I will say, though...
You don't think that, she's going to wind up with this whole Saraya thing? I know Saraya said Toni Storm was going to be her, but here's the thing, Sheeta could bring her in.
It would be interesting,
because since Saraya didn't choose Saraya, didn't
have we stopped
choose
talking
Sheeta.
about wrestling yet?
Shut up.
Sorry.
We're going to go out on this, Dave, and you have homework on this. I'm sending you home with this because, Alan, if you have not seen this one yet, you need to watch it as well, because I will go on record by saying this is hands down the best match I have seen in the last 5 years.
Okay.
The Kenny Omega Will Ospreay match.
I have not watched the match. No.
Oh, goodness.
Did you see the promo?
Yes.
Because I posted that in Discord.
Yes.
That promo that Will Ospreay, I mean, like,
where he literally lumped up off the table, got over,
came over, grabbed the microphone out of his hand, and got up in his face, and just went off for like 3 solid minutes about how he carried New Japan through the pandemic and everything, and how Kenny Omega's been handed everything. I mean, it was just one of those like, oh, I'm ready to see this fight. I want to see this UFC fight.
Yes,
that's what I want to see.
And the match was, I mean, Will Ospreay can put on an incredible match anyway. So can Kenny Omega. So when you get those two going head to head. Oh my!
I was kind of surprised at the outcome, though. I wasn't expecting that.
Well,
I don't know. That was. I get why they did
it. Could have gone either way.
I know,
on it,
but
honestly,
the outcome still kind of surprised me. So
it was amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, that is what wrestling should be.
Yep, absolutely.
Honestly, so
I gotta say that wrestling in the last probably 4 or 5 months, especially like maybe I've seen a lot of really good matches in the last 4 or 5 months. I have seen a lot of incredible promos.
Oh yeah,
in the last 4 or 5 months across all organizations, where it's like, all of a sudden this has become a thing again. It's great.
Well, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
No,
honestly, with everything that's going on with WWE, with everything that's going on with AEW, with everything that's going on in New Japan, and even Impact.
Impact. When did they get so good?
Yeah, I mean
that. What's her name though? The Russian woman. I think it's their champ right now.
Oh, I know you're.
What I'm talking. Yeah, dude, the work she's doing has just been amazing. Yeah. So, and I'm not a big Impact fan. It's hard. I can't even find them. I can't even watch it on my cable. So
it's worth a look.
I know. So
all right,
Dave. Now that you're Dave's just like, all right, whatever.
Dave went to go get a sandwich. So.
Dave's not here.
Not for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Have we talked long enough?
We have. We're at about an hour right now, and
again,
we had a lot to catch up on.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
I was doing well until we got over into the wrestling part of it, and I kind of took a nap.
Do we go back into politics again? So
no. But I do want to
again. Fuck Kevin McCarthy.
I do want to go back and thank again all of our Discord followers, our Discord family. Any of our people
not followers, they are our family. Well, they're part of the community now.
Yes.
Well, I even threw out a suggestion on there. We need to give them a nickname of some kind. Something goofy. I don't know. It's a Project GenX. What do we call it?
Let them pick it.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are hanging out. Let them pick their
There you go.
nickname.
All right. That's our challenge for our Discord listeners. Come up with a cool nickname for something we can reference you guys.
If we let Alan do it, it'll be some kind of cuss word.
Yeah, it'll go down a rabbit hole. I know that for certain.
I figured we'd just call them the Gen X fluffers.
Oh, wow. See, this is why we need you guys. This is why we need you guys to pick your own nickname.
Hey, I was going to do something stupid and call them the projectors. So. Projector.
Why do they need a nickname?
I don't know. We need a nickname. Everybody needs a nickname.
No.
Oh yeah.
About to fuck around and find out.
No. Good grief. Come on.
Wow.
Come on.
Dave, I think this is the most I've seen you squirm. Anyway,
this is just I'm gonna need a bigger cuss jar at this point this year for y'all.
Cuss jar is something else I left in 2020.
I'm going to get rich off of you guys putting money in the swear jar.
Yeah.
Just open an account.
We'll be able to
open an account. We'll Venmo it to you. All right.
We'll build a studio at this point.
We'll Cash App it just to be. We can build up a credit on that.
Just for everyone who really cares. Barry gave me a good chunk of money today because of my bowl picks, and then I also won my fantasy football league this year. So I'm like, hey, all of a sudden I've got a lot more money.
You're flush. Yeah, Alan's flush right now.
That explains the new guitar amplifier in the living room.
Hey, I got that amp for next to nothing though.
I know we talked about it.
Yeah, did I tell you? I'll tell you about it when we get. Yeah. So it's So, anyways, guys, thank you for indulging us for the last.
Welcome back. We missed
especially for the last 15 minutes or so. And
even though we lost everybody in like the last 20 minutes of what's your other
Wrestle
podcast?
Talk, Turnbuckles and Territories.
Yeah, there you go. We'll plug that one more time.
Turnbuckles and Territories.
I love the fact that you got. Thank you, Dave. That just made my heart happy.
Like I said, I've been trying not to sing that.
That made my soul happy.
that is the worst earworm.
No, but it's awesome, isn't it?
I was like, as soon as that music starts, I'm like, fast forward. Damn it!
It's in my head.
And before anyone asks, yes, Alan is going to be posting a link to Turnbuckles and Territories in the show notes.
Yeah, it'll be there. So.
Just go off and do another podcast without us. We see how you are.
Hey, you kicked me out for a month. What else do you expect me to do?
Yeah, well, it was bad enough you had to go and start another podcast, but you had to steal David's love on top.
You're dead.
George said that I got traded over to that podcast for a player to be named later. Okay, so yeah.
Does that mean we got to have Mo now?
No, I'll take Mo. I'll take Mo in a heartbeat.
Is Mo anyone's favorite Gen X grown up?
Yes. Wow. What are you talking about? Mo's awesome.
Man,
we love you, Mo. We love you. I know you're not listening, but we love you.
He's not awake yet.
Yeah, he's not listening. It's
Mo's the researcher. We want Mo.
Hey, wait a minute.
You already left, sir. You already left. We're trading a researcher for a researcher.
Alan, get us the hell out of here, please.
It's a fair trade. I gotta say.
Shut up.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Go and check out all of our links in the show notes. There's some cool stuff there. Discord, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
We haven't done anything on Facebook. It's still there.
I did something like a month ago. That's
dude. I've been off Facebook for almost a year now, and it's been one of the best things I've ever done. And but yeah, all that stuff, and as well as turnbuckles and territories and anything else that we decide to throw down. there might be some links to wrestling promos or something down there. So it's
we'll just put those for Dave. Dave's homework. That's what we'll call it.
No. So yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you. I am Alan Smith.
I'm the other guy. I think Big Dave.
And for the moment, I'm still Barry.
And we will see you next time.
See ya.
Yeah, we tease him a lot 'cause we got him on the spot.